DarthFred Forsakend of the Brothers of Steel, and of course, this is Thursday night, so you know what time it is. It is time for Game Talk, where we, as the casual gamers and semi, what do we call ourselves, Forsaken? What are we? Semi, more casual, classic professional. I know, hardcore gamers. Core gamers, yes, hardcore gamers, yes. So core gamers like myself, Forsaken and DarthFred, we're gonna talk about different issues. And tonight we're gonna be talking about what we're gonna be talking about tonight, guys.
Tonight we'll be talking about the TellTale issue with TellTale. As most of us know, TellTale Studios, they have shut down, but they're also they're going to be receiving legal actions as they have not paid their workers, so basically they fired their workers and they haven't paid them. That's what I heard. That's what I read too in some articles, that they're facing some labor law lawsuits. You understand? I mean, it's one thing to close down a studio, but to not pay your workers for the work as another. Next up, also we'll be talking about Assassin's Creed and the Assassin's Creed franchise. As some of us may know, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming out next week, October 7th, and we want to look at, is it really and truly the game that we wanted?
Quest up, guys. Quest up. The quest up is up, guys. That's it. Quest up.
So we'll be looking at Odyssey as well. And then finally we'll be talking about and looking at the crossplay, because if I'm not mistaken, yesterday Sony allowed Sony, I don't know, I don't care. They some say that they broke and gave in. I don't know how some people may phrase it, but they allowed crossplay, especially for Fortnite. So you can play with Xbox and PC gamers.
I know the Fortnite community is really happy now that season 6 is out, but I wouldn't know much about it because I am not there. This is the first season in Fortnite I will not be playing. I'm totally off of Fortnite. I'm sorry, guys. Nope, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Even though so season 6 launched today. Actually, this morning, season 6 started. So all the Fortnite guys, well, good for you. Good for you. Have fun. So we'll be starting off with the Telltales, right? So what's up with that, DarthFred?
Hold on now.
Like you do any research, boy?
No, I just replied to message. Yeah. What's up with TellTale?
Alright,
so with TellTales, for a while, the TellTale community has been talking about a decrease, a notable decrease in the quality of the games themselves. TellTale was a series where would have taken mainstream media, being movies or TV shows, and allowing you as a player to direct the course and tell the story how you want it to be told. Hence why our own brother of Steel member, Fox, he plays the TellTale series and streams it. Oh Lord!
Forget to eat.
No, I forgot to change my weapon. Oi, can I change my weapon, yeah?
I forget to eat, so.
Shucks. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So the quality in the games over the past few years have been increasing, as well as the visual looks. I mean, before they would have been a bit, I don't want to say bad, because every game has a unique graphical look, if you understand where I'm coming from. Like, for example, we're playing Monster Hunter, but before Monster Hunter had this kind of pixelated look, but it still made the game good. Even like Minecraft, So I don't want to say the graphics department was bad, but now they're trying to go for kind of a realistic human character development kind of look like, and a lot of people they have been saying that it just wasn't what they wanted. We didn't want like an improvement in that. We just want more games, more games in the series where you can tell. But the fall really actually started with, if I'm not mistaken, this Marvel one. What do you call those guys? Not the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. So with that one there, that's when we actually started to see like, whoa, like yo, what are they doing really, What's the direction, what's the team? And with the release of series 4, if I'm not mistaken, for Walking Dead, which is actually now going to be the last game, or it was the last game to be released, TellTale game to be released. It really actually it left like a sore tongue, because we're like, we knew what they were capable of, what they could have done, and what more they could actually do. Whoa, got this right there.
Yeah. I forget to eat.
I don't even know why we can't give you an engine potion though. But anyway. So, and now we're hearing that with the closure of the studio, it's sad really and truly that, a lot of people didn't know how to kind of go and look for jobs, and especially in this growing industry, it might be hard. But for them to not pay the workers, that's like, that's wrong and that's bad, to be very honest. Like, I don't care how broke, if you want to say that you're broke, you are. You understand? You have to pay your workers for the work that they have done. I ain't working for free. I have family and kids to take care of, you know what I'm saying? So I deserve and I need some form of payment. And I think a lot of corporations get away with these practices. I don't want to say they get away with it, but they want to like practice it, and it's bad, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I hope that, I'm not hoping that they will the workers win. I think they should win. There's no way that they should lose that case. But it is a sign that these games they have so much to
Your
offer.
assumption about pay is based on the supposition that they have high moral values.
Their mission goal was and what they started off to be, to try and please the masses, and that is destroying game companies and developers. If I can say that.
We have a comment on the chat. I'm not too sure exactly what they're saying. They said your assumption about play is based on the pay is based on the supposition that they have high moral, that I think it's they have they have high moral values. I'm not too sure what they're trying to say, but I think
Giovanni trying to say that they should pay people because that's a morally right thing to do, when usually that is not how it works in the business world.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that too, I can't say I respect that, and that's why I think we as gamers, we need to like step up, because let's be real, if we knew that this was the mind and thinking mind of the corporates and the high executives and whatnot, then
no, continue.
That is exactly what I was saying.
I think, a lot of people would have been boycotting EA, but then to even say to boycott EA would be to like, those workers, the hard work that they would have put in, nobody can really see. And I think that the workers, they actually do work, and they actually, equality, as I said from the start, would have been a bit low. Well, decided to, drop. But as I said, I think that just basically, the higher ups calling the shots and be like, yo, we want this, we want that, and just trying to provide that, whatnot.
taking in all what Fred there, I'm gonna put in my views on it because basically TellTale Studios, as I said, following a long trends of studios that are failing, and well, TellTale was its own downfall on a whole, but basically studios suffering from decision by higher executives to change the game to monetize it to the point where it loses its own identity, because we saw earlier on with Mass Effect basically got killed because EA wanted to turn it to this multiplayer loot box money making game and completely forgot to build the story and improve on it. They even went so far out of their way that they just did, I think, one final patch for the game within the first year of the game, released some story content, and then they just stopped. And they said they're gonna work on multiplayer, and that basically began the downfall of BioWare. Because once that happened, it moved on into, they tried to do the same with Battlefield. And to this day, Fred will never, ever forgive EA for that. Battlefront. Oh my god, I want Battlefield doing that now. Battlefield going that way now. That's why I end up bringing up Battlefield. But yeah, it's like a practice of making as much money as possible without paying the creative developers of the game. It's such a monster to come. Yeah. Which is really sad. And TellTale is just one of the many studios to come that will suffer from that. Because,
well, I mean, they already suffer as it is, because they're no more, you know what I'm saying?
It's not, in a sense, like, yeah, it's cool now and all the workers are fighting for their money, but remember, you could, a studio could always come and buy the IP and revitalize it, and hopefully they hire back a majority of the staff who made the game successful and try to keep it going. That's what I could hope for. But there's only like one company right now that really would strive to buy it, and most people don't want them to buy it.
Which is here?
Yeah.
Oh
There's
no.
also Xbox. Microsoft might buy the rights to the game because TellTale Games, most of the developers from that would be able to help them develop great new games because they need some exclusive. I'm not sure if Nintendo will even bother to think about picking it up.
That'd be real weird.
But I mean, no, but
Yeah,
I don't
that'd
think
be weird if Nintendo pick it up.
But even with Microsoft, if they pick up on the the exclusive parts, that can really actually work. I mean, you can't tell on all platforms. So it'd be like to take something that was on all platforms and then turn it into exclusive. How does that really actually work? I don't think that can work, can it?
No, they wouldn't make the current TellTale games exclusive.
Their game sells.
What I mean, like, if they
That
get
is
the
their
studio,
business.
the future
But
games,
often
they
the
can make it
executive aren't
exclusive.
gamers to understand the strength or quality of
They
their
can
products.
make, like, imagine Microsoft pick it up and decides to make a Halo TellTale game. Or Gears of War. So, picking up the IP could be seen as an advantage considering how Sony right now is dominating the market with their personal IP. So yeah, Xbox needs to pick up something new because their current IPs aren't really bringing the attention that they deserve.
I see. But I mean, with identity, I think that could lead us to our next topic, which is Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Assassin's Creed is a franchise.
RPG Creed.
It's a franchise that I hold dear to be very honest. Like a lot of my friends know that I am a die-hard Assassin's Creed fan. You know, I played almost all Assassin's Creed games.
Wait, I now study something. That's the closest thing to RPG Project Display.
Yes.
I now thought about it. That's because Project don't play RPGs.
No, he does not.
Monster Hunter is like the only true RPG game that...
I don't say that.
It's not a true RPG game.
No, well, listen, RPG in terms of what it tries to be, but Assassin's Creed, I won't even know it's like to try to turn it into an RPG game, but I won't say that.
It is an RPG game. I think Assassin's Creed became an RPG game with
Origins.
started the way, not Origins, started to go the RPG way from what is that one of the Renaissance?
Renaissance.
Yeah. The one with Napoleon.
Unity.
Yeah. Started to go down. Yeah. Renaissance Revolution, I don't care. Both of them friends. Basically, from Unity, from Unity it started to go the RPG part, friend. Cause remember in Unity, you had your friends team up together and like you unlock everything, build gaining XP and stuff, you know? It wasn't like the...
No!
You unlock through questing, it was more like you build up and accrue XP and gold and you buy and unlock gear and stuff. I think from like then it was already started to stray away from Assassin's Creed itself. Okay, hold on a second. There's Giovanni just typed their game sells, that is their business, but often executives and gamers to understand the strengths and qualities of their products. Decisions are based on money and not actual. Yeah, that is right, Giovanni. That is the point I was trying to carry across the thread, that in a business sense, most games tend to be right because the goal is to make money, and the money you make from a successful product is what decides, hey, well, you know, this is doing well, let's make it again. And then executives would not want to wait for the long development time. Thank God one of the best gaming studios, CD Projekt Red, have executives that take the time to say, you know what, let's give the time and develop a great game and make money in the long run.
Bros.
Rather than, hey, let's pump out a game next year or next 2 years to get as much money as possible without sacrificing quality, not without. Actually sacrificing quality for quantity.
Big respect to FIREFOX on the stream.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
so yeah, Fred, go back to the...
Yeah. So Assassin's Creed, you know, as a lot of people who have been following the franchise know that for a long time now, you know, we have been seeing that the franchise has been a bit stale. Especially, I think that came with the end of Assassin's Creed 3. Fox and I, we are working on a video on it. So after, you know, the stream, once the video goes live, you guys, you know, make sure you guys turn the notification icon so you guys can get in on it. But basically, in summary, Assassin's Creed 3 was like basically like the end of what felt like Assassin's Creed. They came with Black Flag, which, you know, introduced something new, which was ship handling, sailing of ships, whatnot. But then after that, Unity, Syndicate, they all just felt repetitive. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like the game still in terms of like the story it tells. And as I told Maximus and Jonathan, the only reason why I'm buying Odyssey, to be very honest, is for I want to see what story they're trying to tell. But the story in itself, to me, seems lost. And I think Assassin's Creed now is like an identity crisis in terms of like, what are they now, you know? Are they trying to be like the Assassins versus Templars, where, you know, we're trying to say that the world order is controlled by Templars, and we as the common folks, we need to be like the Assassins and wake up and realize like, yo, you know, what's happening is wrong? Or are they now just making a game because Odyssey is based in ancient Greece? And to me, it doesn't even make sense with the story in terms of like, okay, Origins was supposed to explain the foundation of the Brotherhood, right? That's with Bayek. So we saw where he made the Brotherhood, because as we all know, before Origins came out, we all were wondering like, how are they gonna make ancient Egypt work? You know, you played the first set of Assassin's Creed games, and you kind of know Altair, he wasn't necessarily like the founder of the Brotherhood, but he was that respected master, and then that passed on to like Ezio, so we were all like, okay, how are they gonna swing this? I think they swung it real good with Origins, you know, the story, everything. But we all thought that they were going to learn their lesson and be like, okay, cool, continue to take the year off, you know, and don't release a game yearly anymore, you know. But no, they did not learn their lesson, because here we are in 2018 getting a new Assassin's Creed game. So it's like identity crisis at this point in time, and I think that will lose themselves, because like again, ancient Greece, these guys are not even assassins. They're supposed to be
generals.
No, they're supposed to be like direct descendants of the what we call I can't really pronounce the name properly, but you know Juno and the like the original like first man, first kind of people, that kind of thing. But that in itself is like, then they're not assassins, so why are you putting the and they move like assassins, like the buffet, climbing towers. I don't think any Spartan, as strong and as skilled as they were climbing and scaling large structures to then perform some form of a buffet, if you understand where I'm coming from. So, nope. You don't?
No, I mean, nope, I don't think they were like climbing structures and jumping off, because Spartans were known famously for their direct fighting approaches. They were not the kinds to sneak around and use all kind of fancy tactics, with the exception of the, you know, if it's a direct battle and like, you know, you have two forces facing and like you'd flank to the side, flank to the next side, in comparison to like, oh, let's sneak up on them in the middle of the night and stealthily stab and stuff. They were not famous for that. They were more famous for direct valor and approach into battles and straightforward just dishing it out. So to try to turn them into something they're not.
And that in itself, I mean, like, the only, to be very honest, the only new thing they supposedly have with Odyssey is a dialogue wheel. I mean, when I buy the game, I don't have like an idea for the title. Is Odyssey Assassin's Creed, or is Odyssey The Witcher? If you understand where I'm coming from, like, what are we trying to be now? And a lot of people and they are trying to defend it and be like, oh, you know, we're hypocritical and we're being like, oh, we asked for change, now they give us change, and no, we don't want the change that they're giving us. But I think people have to understand that there's a difference between proper change that helps with the series and change that basically makes you like wonder, okay, where are we going now in terms of like, is this like the same franchise that we grew up with, you know? Assassin's Creed is a franchise that is not historically accurate, but it still had some form of historical content with it, and context. Now it's just like, yo, we're going to Sparta, and Leonidas is in it. I mean, like, that's cool and all, but it's like I don't think that's what we want. I
think it's like a direct piece for Leonidas, because they know the idea of fighting alongside him would be
but
popular.
He's dead. It's like, I think we're playing as his son, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, so it's like...
And there's the female version, just remember that.
Is this like a Battlefield 5 kind of thing going on here?
Crap.
Like,
we haven't even played it yet, so we can't give it the hate yet. We're just talking about like the directions it's going.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then also like the cost for the games in itself too, it's like, no, ridiculous. There's like a $250 kind of edition, which to me doesn't even make much sense, because the only big difference you get is with the statue, the collectible is just bigger than the 150 or 190 edition would. You understand? So it's like, yo, I think Ubisoft now is trying to grab a lot of money. I don't mind
wait,
the microtransactions.
just for a second there, Fred. I now catch what you're talking about, Max, when you say if it's like the Battlefield 5 kind of thing, like if the female characters were causing hate.
Yeah.
No, Max was trying to get at that. No. It's not that. It's like, you're supposed to be playing the, what Fred said, the child of Leonidas, right? And it was already established it was a boy, and they're giving you the option to play a female version.
No.
Or his sister or something.
She is part of the game. Like you switch. It's like they went to Syndicate.
It's like
where
Syndicate.
Where you played as both Jacob and Evie. They each had their own like kind of missions, like. So yeah, that's how this one goes. You understand?
What the hell?
This is not needed in Assassin's Creed at all.
Just take use of that throw that you give me there. You poison.
Yeah, but no, fine.
I wanna make sure you poison. Poison now?
Nope. Yeah, but as we continue on with the direction they're going, I think right now they're no longer aiming for the assassin, the quiet, stealthy approach. They more want a mix of the action. So this player,
you know, this because now it's really actually the update with the combat system within Origins, it was beautiful. I mean, it's better than before, where it was just like wait until you have that opportunity to counter, you know, everybody is just there. But now it's no longer needed, where you have to actually be
DarthFred the style of games. Maybe they are trying to evolve.
You know, experience that. Because before in older games, that was a main part of it, you know, and trying to maintain that stealth, and they will punch you if you're caught, you understand? Or you desynchronization because you've been spotted. Now it's just like, oh, you've been spotted, well, I guess now I just have to fight everybody like one.
No consequences.
Like a one-man army, like, all of a sudden now I'm Rambo, just in each and time without the machine gun and the RPGs, you know? Yeah. So, I again, you know, I have to wait until the game is out, but Fox and I, we are working on a video, basically just looking at the whole Assassin's Creed games and seeing, you know, if this was the game that we wanted, because I thought when they ported Rogue, they were like, okay, cool, so we will give you guys Rogue this year, and we will take time off to work, you know, on the next Assassin's Creed game. But then they were like, oh wait, we're dropping Odyssey, and then we know in 2019 they're not going to be dropping a new Assassin's Creed game. But I mean, I still think it's that's like still too late. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're also getting a remastered version of Assassin's Creed 3. Thank God, because I wanted that. Kind of basically complete the whole, you know, whole Assassin's Creed on current gen. I think this is Assassin's Creed 1. So give us a remaster for that as well, and I'll be happy. But it's, I don't know, it's a franchise that I don't want to see turn like Call of Duty. You understand, where innovation is no longer there, but at the same time I don't want the innovation to compromise the identity. So we need to find a mix and a balance, and I think that's where a lot of studios fall and fail, because it's happening with, let's say, Battlefield 5 now. Like, you were known for one thing. Like, if we wanted to feel like a war, we would have played Battlefield. You know, if you just wanna go on guns blazing, we play Call of Duty. But now Battlefield is more, it's not even feeling like a war. You dig?
Battlefield 5 is an example of doing something and then shooting yourself. No. Battlefield, let me correct myself. Battlefield 5, what happened with Battlefield 5 was basically digging a hole and then forgetting to put a ladder, a rope, or anything to escape out of it with. Because never forget, I can't remember who it was, but there was a higher up that said, if you don't think Battlefield 5 is for you, don't buy the game. And when people didn't buy the game, somebody lost their job.
I mean, it's eventually it is, you know, something to look at. So we will see. But that's basically my take on the Assassin's Creed. Yo, Maximus. Oh, bro. Keep him away from Cactus.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, and before that, basically what Giovanni was saying was they had their Ubisoft has their own style of game, and they're trying to evolve. And well, that's the funny thing when you try to evolve video games, Giovanni, because there is like, can you really say? Because I mean, Fred has his dislike for it. I have my dislike and my dislike for the current way they're going, and we have to say, can there really be a justified right direction for how games change and improve? Because we are finding fault with Assassin's Creed, mainly not because of the RPG elements. Don't get me wrong, the RPG elements are great and stuff. It's like they just completely forget their roots on the whole. It's like it's no longer about assassins, it's just about like whatever we think will be popular and cool.
Yeah,
it's like we think that will sell, instead of, you know, guys, we had this identity about ourselves. Although we're changing, let's try to keep, like, you know, the storyline and the style of gameplay. I mean, yeah, we want to get rid of the desynchronization. We don't want to punish people too badly for making a mistake. We give it a chance to allow you to, you know, go guns blazing, become a one-man army if anything. But at the same time, it should have a punishment. Maybe if you go in that direction, I would say you have an alternate course in the storyline itself. Like, say, if you do something stealth and if you go in the stealth way, like, most people might just spread a rumor and give you like a separate identity, like, you know, call you the Shadow or the Night Stalker or something. They don't really know who you are, but like, if you're always getting caught, like, it'll suddenly they'll like tell your name that so and so did the assassination. Or
but then that kind of come like Skyrim.
Yeah, well, it's already going the Skyrim way, friend. Might as well go 100%.
But then you see, even if you go for 100%, we still will come back again. Is this Assassin's Creed? You understand
it
what I'm
is
saying?
Assassin's Creed. No, you have to think of it. Remember, we already going everybody running out all over and getting caught and becoming a one-man army and stuff. And at the end of the day, people still know it's you assassinating people. But if you want to remain Assassin's Creed where they just know, like the original days in Ezio,
choosing a female character. Female did not play a military role in Greece.
Stealthy. Nobody used to run around balling, oh, Ezio is the assassin, Ezio and the assassin, so like Ezio go and do so it was like, you just know it have a goddamn assassin and try to catch the assassin. So, while you say it may not be Assassin's Creed, remember, you have two choices. You play the original Assassin's Creed way, not getting caught, and go to the complete stealth with the Assassin's Creed, or the experience, the changes they want in the game, they go in, I don't say guns blazing.
Assassinated by mercenaries.
Yeah. I'm going to answer Giovanni now, pop up some points there, and I'm going to have to agree with him. Historic-wise, the female characters shouldn't be there for these big military roles, because they really didn't tend to have those roles as well. And be assassinated by mercenaries.
No. So, for the woman, if she was just like, let's say, home and then had to protect her home, then I can understand. But being out in the battlefield, no. But don't get me wrong, Spartan women were a kind of different breed of women, and they were
but still, that was to defend, as you just point out, it was more to defend the homeland. They weren't really be directly deployed. So that point Giovanni popped out is right, and guys remember,
that was asking about Battlefield 5. That was saying
but it's not that. I don't mind playing as a woman. I don't think that is the issue. I just think it's like the story that they're trying to tell.
No, it's just a point. It's not an issue. It's just a point. Giovanni was raising. It's not like the point. It's an issue.
No. In terms of Canterbury, like how the woman, we see the woman and the issue.
Oh shit!
You know?
Hold on.
Or in Battlefield.
Yeah. So
Nah,
he trying to
as
say,
I
like,
said, as I said in stream, and I'll say it over again. The problem with Battlefield was the fact that they had women in it. The problem was you shoved it in people's face and like deal with it. We don't care what you think, we're gonna put it there. Because there are so many ways they could have just come about with it and people wouldn't give two squats.
Yeah. Hey, but
as you pointed out, women were in Battlefield 1 and no one bat an eye.
Hey, here's my question too. Earlier on we were saying about it not sticking to its roots of Assassin's Creed. But my question is this: you think the franchise would die if they don't come up with these capitalist money-making popular things? If the franchise would die itself?
No, not at all.
How much things there are in history. History is there's so much you can talk about and like relate to with Assassins in the franchise. You understand what I'm saying? So to say like we're running out of history ideas is wrong. Like, there's so much in history that many people don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody wanted World War II. Like, I'm telling you.
And they teased World War II, eh? They did tease World War II.
Yeah, and so they teased World War I and World War II. It could work, but when upon some further research, I gotta say, like, I dive deep into this, so like I even reading books. Okay, bear with me with this one, right? So apparently, Winston Churchill, is a Templar. Hitler is a Templar, and the whole purpose of World War II was. No, this is Assassin's Creed lore, eh? So it's like it was just one big controversy to just get like basically the innocents to fight each other, and the Templars and they still kind of benefit. So it would be hard now because it's like the Templar trying to kill the Templar, which wasn't like what they planned. So that's why they say we cannot have an Assassin's Creed in World War II. But I don't care. I still want an Assassin's Creed in World War II. Let me kill Hitler. Or whoever.
You think that'll be good?
But yeah, it could make money.
I think it make money.
The Valkyrie, like, the Valkyrie attempt could have been an assassin. That's just me.
Yeah. But look at, it also had two other historical paths they could go. Major historical paths that, and let me tell you, they would have gotten such a strong response for having a female character going this way. Japan and China. That is where Assassin's Creed needed to go. I mean, they had a small game, not a big large game. But imagine if like on a origin level, China or Japan. That would like be wow. Because they would be like nothing. Eh?
We do want a feudal Japan as well. So yeah.
Oh, Max, I want it.
Hey, we have insurance though.
Yeah. But because remember, females played a huge part in espionage in China and Japan. They were like already willing to use the expertise of women to, like seduce or assassinate men with poison and stuff. So yeah, it would have been like a great to dive that way instead of trying to get money from the Spartan, because really and truly you could see is the Leonidas tease they did from the time they did the first trailer where they had they kicked the man off the cliff.
Yeah, that's part of that was infamous Spartan kick, like, which to me I wouldn't be surprised if that never really actually happened and it was only made popular through 300.
I think it actually happened though. Because I think that pit's supposed to be a real thing. The pit where they chicken off supposed to be a real thing.
Why am I always getting lost like that?
You could kick somebody off. You could kick somebody off a ledge. That's not hard.
Nah, with that kind of
But yeah, Assassin's Creed, the direction they're going, I think if they continued like the trilogy way with how they did with Ezio and Altair, I think they could have done well going that way.
The main mistake was that they wanted to buy into this 2012, they kill off Desmond, and after they kill off Desmond and it will then end in 2012, they were like, oh my god, what did we do? Okay, how do we move from here? Let's just make games, okay, and then making the games is just boring, but I don't know. We will see, yeah, we think here along 35 minutes, we all know. But you know, as I said, I will buy the game. So when I do buy the game, I will go on a stream a few, try and see again if I can do what we did with the Spider-Man. So we have like a kind of cinematics. This time I'll finish it a bit faster. So I would avoid the side content and I just handle the side content after, because in my fault, in all defense, the reason why the Spider-Man took so long was because I was also doing the side content one time. As I said, apart from the games. Yeah.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Shit, this one you could die. But yeah, guys, in regards to really and truly with that Assassin's Creed, it's like we really can't.
Wow, this man's still alive.
We have to hope. I just wasted my 2 chapters. And we really had to hope they don't go the way of TellTale. I thought they'll end up with not being able to pay people because they're making a lot of money. I mean, they're making enough money to you know, like, charge people $250 per hour.
Just basically, yeah, like a kind of stuff, like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they make money off of the remastered as well.
Well, I mean, a lot of the remasters, you know, is for the die-hard fans, you know, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I don't have to pay for a subscription base, and I could be able to play Assassin's Creed 3, you know. About the American Revolution, boy.
Yeah, I mean, there's, as we point out, there's so many other things in history they could have go, especially if they wanted to produce stronger female characters, because I think that's really one of the whole ideas with the new Assassin's Creed. I mean,
the Spartan kick was exaggerated, but history said the ambassador was thrown in a pit. But it makes for good cinema needs to be in again.
The throw into the pit stuff was real, but yeah, the kick was overdone.
The kick is like everybody's like, oh, Spartans used to kick. Like, no, like, yo, they were strong in the leg, but the kick a whole man in the chest like that, though. That's not the disrespect there, though. I don't wanna,
if that could have happened, that would have been awesome if it really happened. But thanks, Giovanni, as always, your input is there. And you know, we love it when you guys come on stream. And if you think we're saying something wrong, correct us. Because we're gamers, we're always learning, we're evolving, and we're improving on ourselves. And I just want to go one more thing with Assassin's Creed, because I was like one of their biggest fans before they started to move into this direction and disappointed me. As I said, the problem is stealth games are a dying breed. Stealth games on a whole are a dying breed. The last great stealth game was Metal Gear Solid, and very few games did stealth like Metal Gear Solid. For me, this is my personal choice, guys. Don't hate on me, because I know guys will tell me about different games that did stealth better. But Metal Gear Solid was one of the best at doing stealth. And it also, remember, Metal Gear Solid did what Assassin's Creed is doing way before Assassin's Creed, Fred. Because I don't know if you know this, because I don't think you ever played Metal Gear Solid games. In the earlier Metal Solid games, when you got spotted, you'd usually get a game over.
Yeah.
No, but and I wasn't like a diehard.
You would get a game over. No, but I'm just saying, you would get a game over, and then you move into like you get spotted, and if you kill the guy fast enough, you can hide, and then you know the timer disappear, and you can move on. And then it went from that way. Now you could just go guns blazing and killing people in the latest Metal Gear, which is basically the same way Assassin's Creed is going right now, guys. It's like following the exact line of Metal Gear. It went from this complete unforgiving stealth game to, yeah, we're gonna go guns blazing, guys. Frick everybody, you're a one-man army. Let's spray and pray, spray and frickin' pray.
Spray and pray.
So I'm seeing where it's going, and the only difference with Assassin's Creed and Metal Gear Solid, major difference is Metal Gear Solid hinged on one of the greatest minds, on one of the greatest game developing minds in my book, Hideo Kojima. While Assassin's Creed is like a bunch of different story writers and developers working together to make
I was going to say, like, Metal Gear was one story you saw throughout, you understand what I'm saying?
You have to remember, no, Fred. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's basically Metal Gear, because although Metal Gear was one story going straight, it actually shifted timelines and characters. Because I played all Metal Gear, and it went from killing Big Boss with Snake, which wasn't actually Boss, was Venom Boss, to killing Big Boss who didn't actually die. Then your time skipped back into where Snake went after his brother, and then after you went after his brother, your time skipped into the future where Raiden, aka the Grim Reaper, came to replace Snake. That was a Metal Gear Solid 2. And then you went back and you jumped back into the past, which is basically what Assassin's Creed is doing. You jump back into the past to find the origin, which was where, you know, right now, that's the last Assassin's game that came out, right, Fred? Origin. So you go into the origin of the organization, which was also the origin for Metal Gear Solid, where Big Boss became Big Boss. And then now you have a continuation of that, where the characters with Big Boss actually forms an organization and takes one of the best friends. Spoiler for you guys who didn't play Metal Gear Solid 5 yet. If it didn't, you guys
spoilers.
But aside if I should say it, you know, Max, it kind of now, you know. So if you play Metal Gear Solid 5 by now, you gotta be living under a rock even if you watch the video. But in Metal Gear Solid 5, you turn and you find out that you are Venom Boss, Venom Snake, which is basically the first boss of the Metal Gear series. So like you made a whole weird circle, and this is what Assassin's Creed is doing right now. It's basically following that same prerogative directive. I think that's what I was going to directive. That's no, because if you watch, that's how it's going.
For second, Giovanni say, my rock is comfy, meaning that he never play
Oh, I'm sorry, Giovanni. But come on, man, you need to play Metal Gear. It's like one of the best stealth games ever. And PlayStation had PS3. I hope they remaster it, because Konami really have no way to make money unless they do it. But I hope they remaster the Legacy Edition or collection they had for Metal Gear Solid, which basically had all the Metal Gear games from the Nintendo days all the way to the Metal Gear Solid 4, and they had that for PS3. I hope they remaster it and bring it to PS4 so you can get all the games to play. And I hope they keep the timeline as well, because when you bought the edition Metal Gear Solid collection, I have it. You also got the comic book, and you also got which told you about the timeline for the entire story. Because like if you don't have that, it's like really confusing. The mind of Hideo Kojima, let's not forget Death Stranding, people, is really weird. That baby still creeps me out. It creeps me out. And as we reach there, let's go into our last topic for the night. And I want you guys on stream with us to give your opinion. PlayStation has disappointed me and finally allowed those plebeians crossplay. They decided to come out from their high horse, their comfortable throne as king of consoles, and say, you know what, guys, we hear you, we realize this is what you want, and as much as we know you guys are bullshitting us talking about, oh, we wouldn't sell and all those stuff, oh, we disappointed, oh, they're gonna boycott, oh, the console aren't gonna do well, and then, you know, you come and you slap everybody in their face with the special edition 5 million copies, 5 million consoles sold edition console that literally just outsold on pre-orders alone, only 50,000 copies. I hate you guys for this because I didn't get a chance to get one. I mean, I was complaining to Max and Fred. Yeah, I was complaining to Max and Fred for a while about that. Remember, guys?
Yeah.
So after I slap people in the face with that, saying like, yeah, you guys say we're not selling, but we're selling. You guys come in and all like, yeah, we're gonna give you what you guys want. You guys want crossplay. And the first game they're doing it with is Fortnite. And as much as I don't like it, Fred will come after me and tell you guys about how he thinks it's good. But that's Fred's choice. And we also have to talk about what does this say in the long run, because if you do it for one, you have to do it for all. You can't just say Fortnite is an exception. It's gonna be like every single game comes out that wants crossplay, you're gonna have to give it it. And let's remember, cloud gaming is the way they're going in the future. And I think it's one of the methods, Battlefield 5, FIFA, and a few other games. I'll have to double check it. But there are a few other games that are going to use cloud computing to allow Nintendo, Switch owners to be able to play AAA games without having the power in the consoles to back up the graphics. Because
say that again. I'm really interested in what you just said just now. Say that again.
Cloud gaming.
Business good.
Yeah, cloud gaming is the way of the future with all consoles gaming, and most companies are looking to go. Basically, cloud gaming allows you to play AAA games even if your system cannot support it. For example, NVIDIA has one of the programs already. You pay a subscription fee, and like games, say for example, you have maybe a GeForce 960, and that can't play Battlefield 5 at high specs. You pay them a subscription for high specs, and once you have a good internet connection, you will stream the game and from their system. So there are some game companies, and I believe it's Battlefield 5, and I'm not sure if it's FIFA, but there's a next game. They're going to use cloud computing to allow the Switch to be able to play these games without issues. So these games are going to be coming out across platforms, and it doesn't matter if you have the most powerful system anymore. It's going to be like, who cares? $200, $100, $50, your cell phone, you're going to be able to play these games.
Wow.
And I agree with you, Giovanni. It's business good, console integrity on a whole bad.
Wow.
So I'm gonna jump back to crossplay for a bit. I don't believe crossplay is good. I do not agree with the community that it's what we want. We want to be able to play with friends. It's good for the console. It is not good for the console. It is terrible for the console, because common sense will dictate all. If I already have an Xbox, or if I already have a PlayStation, or if I already have a Wii, or if I have a Switch, I don't know why I bought Wii. If I already have a PC, I want to play with my friends, and basically the game was only like how they had Fortnite. Fortnite you could only play on PlayStation with PlayStation friends. That means if 3 of my friends have a PlayStation, I'm gonna have to get a PlayStation to play with them. Now you're like, ready up. Now you're like, now you can play with everybody across platform, and it's like, why would I buy a PlayStation, guys? I don't need to buy a PlayStation. I already have an Xbox. And they're like, yeah, well, it's good for the community. You can play with your friends, but how is that gonna work in a business sense?
Because, well, I want you to finish first before I take.
No, go ahead. That's it for now. I think anything else come after. So go ahead.
Fortnite, Minecraft, Rocket League, and EA Games, sports.
In your mind, you're looking at it from the sales of a console, right? But then you have to remember, consoles really and truly sell via the exclusives. Yes or no? Oh shit, I forget to change my weapon again. But yeah, so a console sells, dog, can you change your weapon here?
No, you can't.
What was the hitching post?
That's just a fly straight in the back.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So exclusives is what normally dictates the pace and for a console in terms of like I
your
know
weapon doesn't
if I
matter.
buy this
suck.
console, if I buy a PlayStation, I have access to like God of War, I have access to like what was the next exclusive that we have? Spider-Man game. Just being given like recent exclusives. You understand what I'm saying? With Xbox I know like okay, with Microsoft, because remember Microsoft and PC and Xbox players have it because technically is Microsoft that owns if you wanna put it like that, you understand? So that's why for in my instance, like if I want to play Halo, I didn't necessarily have to buy an Xbox, I could just play it on my PC, you understand what I'm saying? So that's between PC and Xbox people and they who want to be like, well, either or. So but with crossplay, it's not really actually gonna affect that because you're choosing games that whether or not you buy a PlayStation or whether or not you buy an Xbox, you can still play it on either one. So to me, I don't think it will affect the sales when it comes to that. And obviously, a lot of people, they are, to be very honest, are misguided where they're actually thinking that, oh, now a lot of games will have this feature, and I don't think Sony will break to that extent to be like, well, okay, all games, Call of Duty will have cross-platform. Battlefield will have cross-platform, and I don't think those games themselves will actually like come out and be like, yo, we want cross-platform for that, because you can't, if you're on Xbox, Call of Duty doesn't have cross-platform, if you understand what I'm saying. If you're on Xbox, you can't play with PC players. So and I don't see anyone streaming and falling off for that. So it just, as I said, when it actually came out, I was like, yo, I just think it'll be like these free-to-play kind of games, like games where it won't really matter. Warframe, Fortnite, maybe PUBG, you understand? If PUBG improves.
PUBG not free.
No, well, I know, but what I'm saying, like, if PUBG improves, like a Battle Royale kind of game, those kind of games where it's just like, it's not really actually like dictating the pace of a console, because even when PUBG was time exclusive for Xbox, Xbox sales technically didn't really actually go up, if you understand what I'm saying. So, I don't think it will affect sales of the consoles. I think it's just a good practice in terms of like not everybody has the money to be able to afford, let's say, a PlayStation or Xbox. You just have a usual laptop, so now you can actually play. If you play Fortnite, I'll be like, alright, cool, I can play with my friends, you understand, who have a Fortnite on the PlayStation, you understand? I mean, I might still save to buy a PlayStation, so that's why I don't see the general problem with it. Again, I don't really care because I don't play Fortnite, so I'm not going to say that I was campaigning for the cross-platform or cross-play, cross-platform. You understand what I'm saying? If it happened, it happened. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But now that it happened, and mind you, they're still testing it also. Technically, I don't think it's permanent. Like I said, I think it's like an testing stage. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah,
Finish?
Yeah.
Alright, first off, I'm gonna address a point approved by Giovanni. Yes, I completely agree with you, Giovanni. His weapon doesn't matter. He sucks. Alright. Secondly, let's get straight to the point. Frederick, you are confusing cross-play with also cross-platform. I didn't mean to do that flash.
You flash my...
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that flash. They're confusing cross-play with cross-platform and cross-buy. Xbox and PC, where when you buy a game, you could also play it on PC. It would still fall under the category of cross-platform. Cross-buy would be what PlayStation used to do, where you could buy a game for PS4 and it would also work on PS. You wouldn't have to buy it over for like the PSP Vita or the PS3. Yeah, it would work on the PS3, PS4. PS4 you could do that too. When you buy it on your PS4, you buy it for your PS3. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. What was the question?
So then, are you against backwards compatibility?
Yes.
Why?
We're not talking about that right now.
No, but
that is the topic right now.
It kind of, if you look at it, right, it would still kind of come in because...
It would not come in.
No, it would because the point that you make is with if you buy it on the
cross-buy, again, I'm telling you, you're mixing up things. Cross-buy would be if I wanted to buy FIFA 19 for PS3 and PS4 and Vita. I bought it one time for PlayStation. That is cross-buy. That's cross-buy. There's no mention I made at all for backwards compatibility.
No, you don't understand what I said. In nowhere in anything I mentioned anything about cross-buy. If you understand what I'm saying. I said if I wanted to play Halo, right, I don't have to buy an Xbox. That is the system itself. I didn't mention anything about if I wanted to play any Call of Duty or any game on my Vita. I have a PlayStation 4. You understand? I didn't say anything like that. So that's why.
I never told you anything like that.
No, but you did because you said that I'm mixing up the two. But in all technicality,
tree.
But in all technicality, I didn't mention anything like that.
Tree. I said tree. I said they're mixing up the tree.
Yeah,
I said they're mixing up cross-play, cross-buys, cross-platform.
I didn't mention anything about cross-buy. I'm trying to tell you.
You mentioned that when you play, if you wanted to, Microsoft on a whole, I just correct me if I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, please say it. Microsoft on a whole, because it owned both PC and Xbox, their games also come out for Xbox, comes out for PC. That's what you mentioned, right?
Right.
And you mentioned that how, no, let me finish. You mentioned that how if you wanted to play Halo, you didn't necessarily need to get an Xbox because you could get it for PC, right?
Right, because your whole point was that with this here is bad for console sales, and I'm saying that technically it doesn't really matter. It won't have affected it. What they allowed here.
I said.
No, you're saying, right, that cross-play, right? That's what we're talking about right now. What's the topic, right? Cross-play, right? With PC, with PlayStation and Xbox. What was that?
Well, it was the second time, I guess.
What?
I see, well, it was the second time.
For...
I didn't get my sword, boy. I didn't get the big sword.
What you talking about?
What sword is this?
The big...
This is the master sword that you just get when you're from a competition. Anyhow, Fred, continue.
Right. So, I was saying, because in your mind is that you're looking at it from the console sales point of view. Yes?
Yep.
And you're saying that this idea of cross-platform, that there is bad, right?
Crossplay.
Crossplay is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying it's not bad because technically it doesn't necessarily affect the sales of a console. Because remember, consoles make, now I said at the start, consoles make their money basically through the sales of exclusive games that I can get. Which is why I would always, whenever you talk to like an Xbox player, I said, alright, basically only games that you can play, I can play on my PlayStation as well, except for your exclusives. How many exclusives do you have compared to how many exclusives I have? And the exclusives that I have are more games that I can play on my system compared to yours. So that's why Sony wins. You understand? It's because the amount of exclusives that they have. So if you have crossplay on games that doesn't really and truly matter, that anybody can play on, and in all technicality, we're testing it out with Fortnite, it's not gonna affect them. Be like, oh, I was gonna buy a PlayStation 4. I'm not gonna buy that game because I know I can play Fortnite with my friends. So it basically just meant that if you were just gonna buy a PlayStation 4, you're just gonna buy any console just to play one game, which is free. Then I don't know. I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but I would have said that was a waste of money. If you understand what I'm saying.
That is telling people how to spend their money.
No, but I said I'm not gonna tell you no, don't do that. But in my eyes, I said that I would just find that a waste of money. But I'm not saying yo, don't do that. You do what you do. That's your money. That's how you want to spend. But sticking on the point, I'm not saying that. I'm not mixing it up. You understand? I didn't mention anything about cross-buy because I didn't mention it. So when you mention the cross-buy, that's why I popped up and I was like, okay, well then if you're thinking like that, then are you against backwards compatibility? Because in all technicality, that is the only way PS3 owners, if you bought your games digitally, that's how you could have played on your PlayStation 4. If not, then it means you have to basically go and buy the game.
And again.
Request up.
Unless, you know, unless if it even available on the PlayStation 4 in terms of like a physical CD, you understand? So
again, Frederick.
But I didn't mention that. Remember, I didn't mention that.
You keep missing my point, and I keep saying you're missing my point. Cross-buy has nothing to do with backwards compatibility. There have been games that came out. Max, you leave the question without us, eh?
Yeah, boy.
You'll either back out or do it solo.
No, he
cross-buy. Yeah, cross-buy is when you buy a game across platform for one particular company. There have been games that Sony sold as cross-buy, which is where if I buy the PS4 version, I get the PS3 version. That does not mean on my PS4 I play the PS3 version. It means if I have a PS3 and a PS4, then how could you bring up backwards compatibility? That is not backwards compatibility. That has nothing to do with backwards compatibility.
Do we need to have the minute thing?
No.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding.
A minute, Frederick. Go ahead.
A minute. I try to think how to phrase this for Jonathan to understand what I'm trying to say. Question. I'm asking Jonathan the question. Right? So I will know how to move from here. Are you against backwards compatibility?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with my point. No. I am completely against backwards compatibility.
Okay.
I am against backwards compatibility.
Why are you against backwards compatibility?
It makes no sense.
Okay, how does it not make sense?
What's the point of backwards compatibility, Frederick? To play games that you considered great on a previous console on your new console, correct?
Right. So yes. So and therefore, let's say for example, Assassin's Creed 3, right? I cannot play Assassin's Creed 3 currently. Why? Because I don't have a PC. Well, I do have a PC, but I just don't want to get it on my PC, and I don't have an Xbox. But it's an old game. But if I want to play that, and I want to play it on the system that I have, I can't do that. So therefore, to me, that is bad, because it means now I have to actually plug back in my PS3 to be able to play that game, which to me doesn't necessarily make sense. Right? Now, I, for one, support backwards compatibility, and I, for one, will always give Xbox this above Sony, and everybody technically does, is because if you offer backwards compatibility, you actually could make money, and you it's like, now when you're like, you charge me $60 for the game on a PS3, and I have to spend the next $60 again to pay 20 PlayStation 4. So I'm spending $120 in total.
So your logic is
Quest up, yeah?
You want, yeah, I know, I hear you, Max. Your logic is you want backwards compatibility because you previously bought it on a previous generation of console years ago, but because you feel like to play it again due to nostalgia, because that's basically why I want to play it again. It's nostalgia. It has nothing else you could say why I want to play it. It's nostalgia, plain and simple. That is why you want to play the game over. You find Sony as a company should go out of their way to ensure that the previous version you purchased should be able to play on a new console without them taking any cost away from you. They should do it free, because in your idea, the new generation should automatically support a previous generation, and that is why backwards compatibility is so important, right?
Frederick, join up, please.
I'll come and I eat.
You gotta eat and
right, Frederick?
Frederick is
Repeat the
listening?
question.
Oh Lord.
No, I was going to answer, and then it was like, I was.
The question is, do you believe that backwards compatibility for a new generation of console is important because you spent $60 on the previous generation years ago to play a game? It should automatically be supported in a new game without any new console, without any additional cost to you, because you automatically assume the next generation console should support the previous iteration of a game. In addition, the only reason you're gonna play this game is out of nostalgia, and Sony must not charge you a cost for it because you already spent $60 for the previous console version, right?
Yes.
And that is why backwards compatibility should be supported.
Yes.
So I, as a company on a whole, must go out of my way to make my programmers code the console to support the older games for no cost to me, simply because you believe that should be done. And my workers mustn't get paid for it, right? So they must end up like TellTale. They must do their work for free because you as a gamer deserve that. No, because if I'm not charging you, to support old games, because remember, once we allow old games to run, we also have to have a development team dedicated to deal with errors and problems that would occur when you're running the old games on the newer console, because consoles are on PC, they're not going to use the same coding. Usually they change the coding style whenever they come out with a new generation of console. So I must now recode these games. That is basically what you're saying, for free. And I must also put a development team and a troubleshooting technical support team as well. I must also put up servers for the online content of these older games as well, at no cost to you, but to me. No problems at all, because you firmly believe backwards compatibility should be supported. That is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, So I said that they're not gonna get paid for it. You will get paid
no,
for your
but
work.
how are they getting paid? Because remember, I'm not charging for it. I'm not charging you for the game. I'm not charging you to use the services. I'm just automatically letting you carry on with it. So how are they getting paid?
No, it's not the business plan at this point in time. What I'm saying,
no, you're saying as a gamer's perspective, right? You are looking at it, yeah, as a gamer's perspective. You just know, you pointed out from the beginning, you pointed out the funds, Fred, Max was there, you pointed out to the funds, oh, you paid $60 before, and now you have to pay $60 again for a remastered game. So, because they're not allowing backwards compatibility, you already established the fun element there. Because that is the whole basis of why you think they should have backwards compatibility. Money.
Yeah. You now studying the corporate. No, your question is to the corporate. Like, I'm a businessman. I'm sitting in like my office.
But it's corporate. Is it not corporate that decides what games sell, what consoles continue to develop, how much money we put into the development team, how much money we put into the technical support, and all the excess for games, right? It's not the corporate decides that. It's not the profitability of a game and the idea that decides that. Wasn't that exactly why Sony supposedly came? Because the community was like, if you don't do this, you'll no longer support PlayStation, which in turn, the gamers deal with support with money. Because that's how we support our favorite consoles, with money. The money we spend, the type of console we buy, how much money we're willing to dish out for a game. If we're willing to spend, as you mentioned earlier, $250 for a freaking doll or a stick figure because we like Assassin's Creed that much that we want the figurine. It all comes down to money, and I know you want to be all for the gamers and look at it from a gamer perspective of what we want, but we also have to accommodate the cost to get what we want. Sometimes that may lead to a company giving us exactly what we want and going bankrupt. Because one great game that came out was Kingdom of Amalur, which was a really great game. It gave gamers what they want, RPG-wise and stuff. The company went bankrupt and that was the end of it.
No, but yes, this okay. Then my question is Microsoft bankrupt at this point in time?
Microsoft bankrupt at this point in time.
Are they this question?
You want to go to the all extreme to say that bankrupts would, if they had to be bankrupt to allow crossplay or something like that.
No.
I mean, to allow not crossplay, backwards compatibility. We're trying to say that because they allow backwards compatibility, they may go bankrupt.
No, I'm asking you because yes, you're saying. So I'm asking you. The Microsoft offers backwards compatibility.
Right.
Are they bankrupt?
In a sense that most of the new developing games that the company was already paying for, they cancel last minute. And games that we wanted and expected, they broke off and decided not to develop it again in that sense. Or in a sense of corporate, they're not doing well.
In a sense that in corporate, they're not doing well.
Sales-wise, no, they're not doing well.
Alright, why is that? Is it because of the backwards compatibility or is it because of the games that they can't offer, that they don't offer?
The games they don't offer.
Alright, so therefore, if Sony now offers the games, they offer the games, we get games, right? And then they also do backwards compatibility, do you not think that they can make more money? Because no, it comes.
They're not making money from backwards compatibility.
That's it for GameTalk tonight, folks. Please join in later. You ain't understanding. You ain't see the point. So it don't really make no more sense. They're not that. We'll just be going. No, we'll just be like going around in circles and. It may answer like a form of excitement, but then you know at some point you'll get frustrated and then I go yell, you go yell, and then you know.
No, I won't yell at all.
Each time Microsoft updates, people watch their pockets.
my last answer. If I ask no question, God.
I think we have a comment on the stream.
Is it come?
Hold on. I'm not as good as well, yeah.
each time Microsoft update, people watch your pocket.
It is their building
it's
strategy.
Their building strategy.
So
That's Giovanni again.
I like the comments tonight by Giovanni. Really some interesting comments.
They build within their grasp.
They build within their grasp. Exactly. They're not building. They're not like Sony trade out body left, right, and center.
Right, but even if you're saying Sony's throwing out money left, right, and center, are they Sony bankrupt?
They are the most profitable console organization, right? No.
Other companies stretch risk in comparison to rewards.
Right? This is just my opinion. Right? I believe if Sony offers backwards compatibility, they will sell more consoles than ever before. And I mean, like,
they are selling more consoles than ever before without it.
Yes, we know this, but if they do was, it will just, then it'll come like, no, what's the one point of me actually buying an Xbox? That is why, because I mean, like, a lot of people will buy an Xbox because of like the backwards compatibility. Like, yo, well, I mean, if I pay this game before, I can say. Because let's be real, nobody's buying an Xbox for the exclusives. What exclusives?
People are buying Xbox for Gears of War, Halo, Forza.
No, Forza right now is technically like the only supposed good exclusive that they have running. The Halo franchise just basically run down, right? You could correct me if I'm wrong, but like, yo, that is basically kinda dead in itself. You understand? The Gears of War, when last we got like a good Gears of War game, you understand?
Oh, Gears of War going and suffer exactly from Battlefield 5 syndrome.
Okay, so, and then Forza is like the only kind of good thing, but that's a car racing game, and
but
anybody could
as you bring that beautiful topic, because you end your section, right? I gotta end my section with that comment you're saying with Xbox.
Sony cannot afford to do backwards compatibility. It would drop the integrity of the product. Even if on moving forwards, they removed them.
Giovanni pointed out like Sony cannot afford to do backwards compatibility to drop the integrity of the product. I agree with you, Giovanni. That is the point I was trying to bring to Fred, but Fred was bypassing that. We're gonna end soon, Giovanni, so you could come back next stream next week, and may continue it on because it's getting kind of late. And as Fred,
well, actually, I'm hoping that I could round up you guys for Saturday for Mega Man to have a kind of semi-game talk while I play Mega Man. Saturday,
Saturday more
Saturday
night.
night.
We'll continue the talk in a sense on Saturday night. So let me just get my ending point, because Fred got his ending point, and Max will close us off. And Frederick pointed out something very important, and I know that's a key point he's trying to stress through the whole content for that last bit there. Xbox does backwards compatibility, and it's not really failing, and people are buying Xbox for backwards compatibility. But you gotta remember there's another console that's not really doing backwards compatibility, and they make a killing from selling stuff, and it's not Sony. Max knows who I'm talking about, and they have decent exclusives, and people weren't really like dive in for the exclusives beforehand until a certain breath of fresh air was brought to the console, right, Max?
Was that Nintendo?
Nintendo self. So like, yeah, Fred, the backwards compatibility idea that Xbox went with was not because Xbox was doing good and they thought of the community. They went backwards compatibility because they were doing bad and they needed something to try to sell more consoles. And even with the throw for backwards compatibility, the sales increase. You think to see the exponential sales increase you believe PlayStation will get? will not be there. Because although I agree with you in the sense that if it has backwards compatibility, sales will improve. I don't think it will improve to the point that, you know, we should always go backwards compatibility, right?
Guys, just quest out there. As I end the stream, just quest out. Yeah, go ahead, Frederick.
Max, yeah, go ahead and end it, because that's the end.
No, let Frederick just say his last point, but I just say that let's join in the quest. I did one more time. Then they'll die fast. Yeah. Good, Frederick.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we will never know until it happens.
My last
if it
point,
happens,
Fred
that
sucks.
kind of thing, you understand? I just hope that it could happen in the future, you understand? So, you know, if I mean, I buy all my games digitally, so let's say even if they bring out the PlayStation 5 and I buy a PlayStation 5 and they don't have backwards compatibility, most of my games I'll be able to play because, I mean, I already have it digitally. But I think that if they do allow it, rather than through their subscription-based service that they supposedly have here, because I tried the subscription-based and it didn't work for me, right?
Internet sucks. I keep telling you to buy RJ45.
No, even
Max,
before
I keep telling him that.
This wasn't in up here. This was when I was back home.
Oh no, in Trinidad it don't work properly at all. It didn't need to work properly down here. That is not true.
So yes, you see. So then basically I was cheated out of 20, and then I forgot to cancel my subscription after the first month, and then they just took the money out of my wallet. So like I was just like, bruh. So that to me is like, I don't know if they think, but we will continue it. Saturday goes willing. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just,
one last point before Max takes us off now. Giovanni has one more message for you, Fred. He says Fred sucks.
You feel like studying, Giovanni? You feel like studying, Gio?
Alright, Max, take us away.
Alright, guys, thank you for joining Game Talk. This was a really intense Game Talk topic. So much so that we're actually contemplating doing Mega Man tonight, because Mega Man came out. Forsakend was telling me earlier this month, and I'm really anxious to stream it. So if we continue this discussion, it'll be on Saturday. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have Fortnite with the younger generation of the Brothers of Steel. So they'll be taking us through the Fortnite and probably season 6. And look out for DarthFred's video that he's gonna be doing with FIREFOX on Assassin's Creed, and hopefully maybe me and Forsakend could finish up some Monster Mash. So thank you for joining the stream. We will be out for today. So wait, before that, we just make sure I'm not on auto close. Alright guys, until next time.